He sat on his couch in his living room, in front of his television, enjoying the transmissions. The transmissions brought him the news from around the country, from around the world, and they made him happy, and they made him hopeful and cheerful, and they made him glad that he was born in the best place on earth. And then the transmissions made him upset, and they made him angry, and they filled him with rage, and they made him ashamed to know that the worst people in the world shared the same home as he did, and he was sure that he'd be so much better off if these horrible people would just cease to exist. And all the transmissions were brought to him by a good-looking man with a strong jaw and an assertive gaze, and his colleague seated next to him, an affable young woman with a sweet smile and a great pair of tits. And they went on, informing him, educating him on the real problems he faces. Without them, how was he to know what really, truly mattered? Suddenly, a flicker, and they disappeared. And they were replaced with nothing. He was staring at nothing. A cold, black void. An abyss. He wasn't familiar with this situation. He didn't know what to do. So he kept looking into it, looking into it, looking into it. And as he looked into it, he saw that something was, in fact, present in that cold, black void. It was a reflection. It was he. He on the couch. And he didn't look anything like the people featured in the transmissions. He was fat. And he wasn't as happy as the people in the transmissions. He had on his face quite a sad expression. He had sad, dull eyes and a droopy mouth. He didn't look capable or assertive like the good-looking man who delivers the news. He had to look away. And looking away, he saw that the living room was also there in the reflection, and it was filthy. It was chaos. He had neglected so many household chores for so long. The rug was full of stains. The pillows of the couch were threadbare. The armrests torn to shreds by so many claw marks of the cat. And, remembering the cat, he felt a sting in his nose. The smell of urine soaked the air. Yet another duty he'd neglected. And his eyes drifted beyond, and the doorway to the kitchen is there, and he sees that the sink is brimming with dirty dishes. And in the doorway, silhouetted by the kitchen window, stood a figure, a feminine figure, a wife. And she doesn't look anything like the young, attractive woman with the great tits, who brings him his news with a sweet smile. He looks at the wife, and he doesn't know what to say to her. Should he say anything? He wasn't sure when the last time he spoke to her was, or what they spoke about. He isn't sure he knows much about her at all. She walks away, and a flood of light replaces her on the reflection, erasing her presence. Each of these realizations are stacked upon his mind. One by one they come down, each one doubling the weight against him. And he feels stress, and he's on the verge of panic when the screen flashes, and his friends return. The man with the assertive gaze takes his attention and tells him what's really, truly important. And the affable young woman listens to the man, a sweet smile on her lips and admiration in her eyes. And she's got a great pair of tits. And as he listens, he breathes a deep, deep sigh of relief. And he thinks to himself, oh, thank God.